Welcome to the 2021 SkillsUSA Texas Delegate Business Session. As the state officers are setting up the meeting, we would like to recognize all the volunteers, sponsors, and business partners that are helping make this year's conference a success. Your time and commitment to SkillsUSA Texas is greatly appreciated. The Delegate Business Session will begin momentarily.
Hi, my name's Don Rackler. I graduated from Harlandale High School in 1974. I own John Wayne Service Company. We are an air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical company. We specialize in residential service, replacement, and maintenance in all three trades. We are the largest company in town in San Antonio doing what we do. We employ about 260 employees, and I have almost 200 service vehicles on the road today. The SkillsUSA program actually changed my life. When I was a junior in high school, I had already decided I was not going to go to college. That was not my dream, and I wanted to learn a trade and just go to work. And I was fortunate enough to take plumbing in my junior year. Mr. Rob Perkins was my plumbing instructor, was a great man, a great American, and just a great plumber. And he took an interest in me, and I took an interest in the trade, and he taught me a lot about the plumbing industry. And my senior year, I took air conditioning with my teacher, Mr. Pete Harden, which was another fabulous teacher, just a great American. And he took a real interest in me. And that's where I was introduced into the VICA, the Vocational Industrial Clubs of America, where we had the contest. And in that year, I was the district champion, the state champion, and the national champion in air conditioning skills trade. And that just set my course, my path for where I was going to do the rest of my life. I loved air conditioning. I started in the trade. I worked in the trade for several different companies for about 10 years. In 1984, I started a company called San Antonio Air Conditioning. Just me and my wife was how we started, with $5,000 that I borrowed from my wife's grandmother. And we built that company up to about a $3 million company. I had about 30 employees. In 1999, I sold that company to a consolidation group called Service Experts. And then in 2001, with my wife and my sons, we started John Wayne Service Company. And today we employ over 260 people. We have over 200 service trucks on the road. We are the largest residential service, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical company in San Antonio. Probably the top 2 or 3 in Texas and the top 10 in the nation. The training that I received at Harlandale High School set my path and course. The foundation was there. I had the burning desire to learn this trade. I love this trade. And had I not had that training, I would not be where I'm at today. It was the very beginning. When I first got into trades as a helper, I had already the knowledge of all the pipes and pieces. I knew all the components of an air conditioning system. I knew the electrical components. The people that I went to work for were amazed that I knew all these things coming right out of high school. It jump-started my career. I was already miles ahead of people that were just beginning in this trade. I had a burning desire to learn this trade, and I had in the back of my mind someday I wanted to own my own company, and I was very fortunate to make that happen. But it all starts there. It all starts in school. It all starts if you want to make it happen, you can do it. And learning a trade to me is the best thing you could possibly do for your career. In closing, I'd like to say this: I'm forever grateful for Harlandale High School. I'm forever grateful for my teachers, Mr. Hart and Mr. Perkins. I'm forever grateful for Vocational Clubs of America, which you now call SkillsUSA. It started my career. It started my path in this business, in this industry. And without that foundation, without that training, without those teachers, without the school, I would not be where I'm at today. And for that, I'm forever grateful. I was only 16 years old when I started my career in plumbing and air conditioning right here in Harlandale High School back in 1974. And now I have a sweet 16 deal just for you. Buy a 16-SEER complete AC system and get a 16-year parts and labor warranty. And you won't have to sweat paying any interest or making any payments for 16 months. Plus, be one of the next 16 callers and we'll throw in a Nest Smart Home package so you can monitor your home from your smartphone. Call John Wayne today at 293-5516 and get your Sweet 16 deal. It's sweet. Quality. Here at John Wayne, it's not just a word, it's our foundation. From the people we employ, to the service that's provided, to the equipment that we design and install, quality matters. For nearly 20 years, providing quality Texas comfort to the San Antonio area communities has been our highest priority. Right now, AC and heating equipment is 50% off. So now is the best time to call John Wayne. For quality you can count on, call John Wayne today.
CareerSafe wants to be more than just a vendor. We want to be a valuable partner, helping your students on their path to success. Not only do we want to provide your students with training and credentials that will build their resume, but we also want to be a resource and an advocate for your classroom. According to the CDC in 2018, there were approximately 20 million young people entering the workforce under the age of 24. But this does not mean that these young workers are necessarily prepared and able to handle the risks and hazards that can occur in the work environment. Not being knowledgeable of hazards related to a specific job or knowing how to assess and correct a problem can lead to devastating injuries or even death for a worker. Safety training can make workers more conscious of hazards and risks, such as falls, vehicle accidents, overexertion injuries, and workplace violence. Unfortunately, many workplaces offer little to no job-related safety training, which can leave workers and others on the job site unprotected. Based on current statistics, young workers aged 16 to 24 continue to have the highest rates of work-related injuries and illnesses, greater than any other age group. Here at CareerSafe, we are focused on providing young workers with foundational skills for life through safety, health, and security awareness training. We have reached over 1.5 million young workers, but there are millions more that are still at risk, and we are committed to expanding our outreach to ensure that every young worker has the basic knowledge and skills necessary to be safe, healthy, and secure in the workplace.
I hopped on the plane at LAX with a dream in my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame, excess. Whoa, am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. Looked to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the taxi man turned on the radio and a Jay-Z song was on. And a Jay-Z song was on. And a Jay-Z song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. I'm nodding my head like yeah, moving my hips like yeah. I got my hands up to play my song. I know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a party skills USA. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a party skills USA. Get to the club in my taxi cab. Everybody's looking at me now. Like, who's that chick that's rocking kicks? She gotta be from out of town. It's so hard when my girl's not around me. It's definitely not a Nashville party, cause all I see is stilettos. I guess I never got the memo. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the DJ dropped my favorite tune. And a Britney song was on. And a Britney song was on. And a Britney song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah, moving my hips like yeah. I got my hands up to playing my song. I know I'm gonna be okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a Party Skills USA. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a Party Skills USA. Feel like hopping on a flight, on a flight, on a flight. Back to my hometown tonight. Something stops me every time, every time. The DJ plays my song and I feel alright. So I put my hands up to playing Skills USA. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We the party Skills USA.
Good afternoon. I'm Olivia Salinas, and I serve as the state president of SkillsUSA Texas. Today, we gathered to conduct business that will greatly impact the year to come, beginning state officer elections. Delegates, before we start, thank you so much for taking on such an important role in our organization. Reflecting on your role as a delegate, think about the importance of making an informed decision in this election process. The candidates that you vote for will represent our state association for the next year by connecting with the local chapters and business and industry members, leading our state fall leadership conference and state leadership and skills conference, and positively representing Skills USA Texas. Remember the importance of decision-making as you fulfill your role as a delegate. The thought of the day will be given by your state reporter.
The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. Amelia Earhart.
We will now record the members present so that we may begin the business of the day. Mr. Secretary.
Delegates considered seated on the floor are to follow the link in the chat and complete the form to be counted in the roll call. Please complete the form promptly. Finally, final counts will be reported in the meeting minutes. Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Delegates have been provided with an agenda for the business session. Without objection, we will adopt this document as provided. Our agenda is adopted. I will now ask your state secretary to present the minutes from our last delegate business meeting. Mr. Secretary.
During the 2019 SkillsUSA Texas business meeting, motions made to introduce officer candidates, read the election ballot, and permit specified individuals to assist with parliamentary procedure were unanimously agreed to. A copy of the minutes from the 2019 business meeting have been posted in the chat. Madam President, I respectfully submit these minutes for approval.
Does any member have any corrections to the minutes as posted? Hearing none, the minutes from the 2020 delegate session are approved. The next order of business is the state officer reports. Madam Vice President.
This year, your state officer team worked diligently to transition our events to a digital platform and provide online resources. Throughout adapting, we sought out ways to engage our members, starting at the core of SkillsUSA Texas, our chapters. Work produced this year included informational YouTube videos for teachers to incorporate into their curriculum, our annual events, and the Career and Technical Education for the Future virtual streamathon and fundraiser. Despite the challenges this year provided our team with the unique platform to hold our virtual streamathon. It consisted of the state officers interviewing different business partners across multiple CTE programs to get our students' questions answered. Not only that, we raised almost $2,000 that will be distributed in funds to our scholarship winners. The scholarship winners will be announced during our closing, so stay tuned for that. As for the videos we made, we want to ensure that every chapter has resources to teach their students about the SkillsUSA framework, resume building, professionalism, and so much more. Finally, we strive to keep our traditions alive by hosting all of our state events virtually. Thanks to all that, had a fun at summer leadership, learned something new at fall leadership, debated at legislative day, campaigned online for district officer positions, competed in district and state conference, and now join us to determine your new state officers.
This afternoon, we have the special opportunity to meet this year's state officer candidates. These are the members who want to represent you this coming year, while meeting with business and industry, educational leaders, and our state's political figures. These members must embody what SkillsUSA is and how it influences the lives of thousands of students. So be mindful when considering who you want to elect, as there are vigorous responsibilities that come with being a SkillsUSA State's officer. This new team will represent you, the members of SkillsUSA Texas, and devote themselves to serving our organization to the best of their ability. Be sure to choose wisely.
We will now proceed with speeches, followed by 2 rounds of problematic questions for each of our state officer candidates. They will have 30 seconds to answer the question. At the end of their time, they will be cut off. We will take a brief pause while all the candidates are moved to the Zoom waiting room.
We're back.
We will now begin with Lindsay Landman from Wiley East High School, District 5.
Rephrasing the words of President John F. Kennedy, ask not what SkillsUSA can do for you, but what you can do for SkillsUSA. My name is Lindsay Landman, and I want to be a part of your next SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team. In the last 3 years of being a SkillsUSA member and officer, I've learned the practice of certitude leadership. This means setting the example and making sure the people you are representing are well prepared and able to succeed. It is not taking the glory for a job well done, but recognizing the people that got the job done successfully. As a member of your Texas State Officer team, I will do just that. I've attended and planned chapter, district, and state level training. I will take all of this knowledge and experience into making the 2022 State Leadership and Skills Conference engaging and fun for members to learn and grow in their abilities. One of the proudest moments in my SkillsUSA career has been recognizing your accomplishments and handing you medals at award ceremonies. The smiles on your faces and the cheers from the crowds are most heartwarming. But my proudest moment of all is being your voice and speaking your words to representatives at the state and national level. I have learned that leadership is not I, it is we, and together we will become empowered to succeed. I've been fortunate enough to have leadership opportunities which have allowed me to bring to the students of SkillsUSA Texas opportunities to expand their career field and leadership abilities. If you allow me the opportunity to do this again, I will continue to ask not what SkillsUSA can do for me, but what I can do for SkillsUSA. I am Lindsay Landman, and I cannot wait to be a part of your next SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team.
Delegates, we would like to clarify that while Ms. Landman is the current state officer, she has not had access to the questions we are about to ask her. Lindsay, are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Lindsay, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going, how would you proceed and why?
Would you please repeat the question?
Of course. If you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going, how would you proceed and why?
Hi, my name is Lindsay Landman, and I want to be part of your next state officer team. If I were involved in a big project and I did not like the direction it was going in, I would discuss with my fellow members and discuss what could go right and what could go wrong with the direction we were heading. I would also collaborate with my members and offer different solutions in order to change the direction of the project. Thank you. My name is Lindsay Landman, and I want to be part of your next state officer team.
Awesome. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
Would you please repeat the question?
Absolutely. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
Hi, my name is Lindsay Lamon, and I want to be a part of your next Texas State Officer team. If I were able to be any superhero, I would create my own superhero that would wear a red blazer and pins just like me. I would be able to collaborate with all the members of SkillsUSA Texas and able to hear their wishes for the State Officer team this year. Thank you. My name is Lindsay Lamon, and I want to be a part of your next State Officer team.
Thank you so much for your answers. Next up, we'll have Zephaniah Zuniga from Dubisky Career High School.
Hi, my name is Zephaniah Zuniga from District 6, and I'm running to be your Texas State Officer. Just like most of you, there was a time where I knew nothing about SkillsUSA. As a freshman, I had the opportunity of being introduced to the organization as a member, and it opened my eyes to a whole new world that I wasn't familiar with. And I immediately was amazed. That year, I decided to compete for the first time, and the experience that I received was more than eye-opening, and luckily, I was able to make it to state. I knew then and there that SkillsUSA was the organization that I wanted to be a part of. What stuck out to me the most was how so many people could come together to make each and every person's experience memorable and fulfilling. This motivated me to be even more involved, and that following year I ran for my SkillsUSA Health Science chapter as parliamentarian, and I've been aiming for higher ever since. I have even grown so much more as a person since I started my journey. Growing up, I would consider myself as someone who was quiet, wasn't very confident, and didn't really know what they wanted. I would always aim high, however, I would be easily discouraged or felt like I really wasn't doing enough. Nevertheless, now I am more than confident in what I want, and I am here to speak my truth. I have a strong heart, and I'm willing to try my hardest and continue aiming higher no matter the setbacks. If I was selected as a SkillsUSA State Officer for Texas, I'd work my hardest to make sure you not only have as good of an experience as I did, but are able to further find passion in what you love doing most. Now I say, let's have a great day and experience this whole new world together.
Cool. Zephaniah, are you ready for your first question?
I am.
All right. So, Mr. Zuniga, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you didn't like the way the direction and it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
I would call me and my officer team together to talk about it, and so we could speak civilly about the situation and talk about this situation and what would be wrong about it, so we could further fix the problems or what may be wrong that I don't agree with, so that we could possibly compromise or figure something out that ends up working better. Thank you.
Great. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
If I were a superhero, I would like to, the superpower that I would have is telekinesis. I honestly think that superpower is really cool. The ability to read what everybody is thinking. And it's like, it just lets you know being able to read the room, being able to know the type of situation that you're in. It just makes everything more comfortable and it's kind of exciting. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Our next candidate is Elena Ariano from Seminole High School, District 2.
Oh hey, you caught me. Hi, I'm Elena Ariano, and I'm running to be one of your next state officers. I would have never thought that I'd be able to do something like this before joining SkillsUSA. Before I joined, I was a very shy person, and it was really hard for me to step out of my comfort zone. I was an introvert. Joining SkillsUSA has helped me improve myself and push me to not be the shy person that I once was. I never would have even imagined running for state office.
My fellow team members and my advisor has helped me walk away from my introverted ways. Although I still struggle with being an introvert, I work on it every single day. I have made it my goal to be able to do the same for others. From the experience that I had, never stepping out of my shell kept me from a lot of opportunities, and altogether it held me back. I plan on helping others go after opportunities that are in front of them so they don't have to go and be held back. I want to help students better themselves along with becoming more successful in SkillsUSA and in the future. Whether we have things over Zoom meeting or if we can meet in person, I want to make a change for students, a change for the better, somebody that people can look up to. I really hope that I am elected to be one of your next state officers. Oh, you still won't vote for me? What about now? Yes? Don't be shy, give Elena a try.
Are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Miss Ariano, if you and your state officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Hi, I'm Elena Ariano. If I didn't like the way that my project was going on, I would politely tell my partners and team members that I wish it was a little bit different and if we could take a little bit of a different approach to it and see their opinions on it.
Amazing. Your next question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
If I were a superhero, I would have the powers of communicating through the mind, because I think that I'm really able to help convince others and just really reach through on the personally.
Thank you so much, Elena. Your next candidate is Evan Martinez from San Benito High School.
The hardest choices require the strongest of wills. Quoted by the character Thanos in the Marvel movie Avengers Infinity War. Hello, my name is Evan Martinez, one of your SkillsUSA Texas State Officer candidates for the 2021-2022 school year. When earning the position to help and achieve goals for the students of SkillsUSA, there are decisions that need to be made in order to better the future for this organization and our workforce. As a SkillsUSA motto states, preparing for the leadership in the world of work isn't just a motto, but a key factor of motivation for myself and the members of SkillsUSA. As your SkillsUSA Texas Officer candidate, my intentions are to lead our organization throughout the 2021-2022 school year. By empowering our SkillsUSA Texas members through the SkillsUSA framework, we can help close America's skill gaps. Our local chapters can provide opportunities for students to assist our communities with services of all aspects of need. As my geometry teacher once said, together we can move mountains. It tells us that we cannot do this all by ourselves, but as a team. We're all in this together as an organization and as a family. SkillsUSA Texas, we are champions at work, empowered to succeed. The hardest choices require the strongest of wills. Let your choice be to better SkillsUSA as a whole, as a team, and as a family. Make your choice and vote Evan Martinez for your SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team.
Awesome. Mr. Martinez, are you ready for your first problematic question?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Evan, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
So I would respect everyone's opinion and get their side of the story. So I want to make sure that they are all comfortable. If they're comfortable with doing it, I will want to ask them to help work with me, because I feel like everyone needs to have, they're kind of winning it. So we need to work together to figure out what's going to happen. We don't want anyone to be unhappy. We don't want anyone to feel disrespected. So I would gather them all around in one big Zoom meeting, or in person and talk to them and try to plan this out together.
Great. Your next question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
I would like to read people's minds. It's because when someone likes to tell you something, they may not tell you completely true, but I would like it if I can know what they're trying to think so I can help them around it. Instead of them trying to hide their situation because they don't want to be rude, I would like to know what they're doing, because if we don't know what they're trying to do, then how could we work with them? It's always better to be completely honest so that we can help you in every single aspect of need.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martinez. The next candidate is going to be James Lee from Advanced Technology Center, District 3.
Vote for me, James Lee. I'm going to be your next SkillsUSA state officer for Texas. I am a junior at Lubbock High. I love to enjoy life, longboard, and I have a passion for IT. As your state officer, I'm fully committed to making SkillsUSA a more enjoyable and rewarding organization than it already is. I have been in various leadership roles throughout my life, and my outside-the-box thinking will enable me to make SkillsUSA a more rewarding experience for everyone involved. I'm excited to better my leadership and organizational skills, and I hope to act as your voice in SkillsUSA. I can't offer free vending machines or 99-cent corn dogs, but I can offer my full attention, enthusiasm, and engagement in SkillsUSA. So remember to vote for me, James Lee, on Friday as your next SkillsUSA state officer.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Are you ready for your first question?
Yeah.
James, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Well, I think I'd give my opinion on the project. I'd probably tell them I didn't like the way it was going. I'd offer a solution that we could, maybe work towards, hey, we could do this and maybe work it in the direction that I like. And if they didn't really agree with what I had to say, we could potentially work towards a compromise.
Amazing. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
I think I'd probably want the power to read minds, make it a lot easier to have discussions and, make sure the people that are asking me questions know it's, make sure they're not thinking, oh, wow, this guy's a moron.
Thank you for your answers, James. Our next candidate will be Madison Palmer from Wiley East High School, District 5.
Hat down, cross town, living like a rock star. Spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby, have a hi. My name is Madison Palmer. As a sophomore, this is my second year in SkillsUSA. I am a criminal justice student from Wiley East High School, and I would love to be a part of your SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team for the 2021-2022 school year. At this point in the song, 8th grade me decided to be a fantastic idea to climb inside my washing machine for a TikTok. What I didn't know then is that I would end up getting stuck in there, home alone for 2.5 hours. But before you label me as the washing machine girl and move on to listening to the next speech, know that I am not the same person as I was nearly 2 years ago. I am Madison Palmer, the person that has matured with age. With the help of the SkillsUSA framework, I have become a leader in the world of work. SkillsUSA has pushed me to become empowered to succeed. By improving my responsibility, work ethic, and self-motivation, I am no longer sitting at my heels, waiting for an opportunity to knock at my door. Instead, SkillsUSA has shown me that I can become career-ready day one with my refined leadership, communication, and teamwork skills. Last year, I had the incredible opportunity of serving as your SkillsUSA Texas District 5 Treasurer. I would love to represent you as a member of the SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team. Either virtually or in person, I will work with you to have an exciting but safe year during these unique times. I know what it's like to be stuck, whether it's for an opportunity to come by or in a washing machine. As an officer, it would be my mission to knock on your door. My name is Madison Palmer, and I would love to serve you as a member of your SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team. Thank you.
Madison, are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Ms. Palmer, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Can you please repeat the question?
Yes, of course. If you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Hello, my name is Madison Palmer, and I would love to be a part of your SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team for the 2021-2022 school year. If I was a part of the state officer team and we were working on a large project that I did not like the direction it was going, I would collaborate with my team first, figuring out which way we should go. I would get the opinions of others, my peers, and my advisors. Thank you. My name is Madison Palmer, and I would love to be a part of your SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team.
All right. Your next question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
Can you please repeat the question?
If you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
Hello, my name is Madison Palmer, and I would love to be a part of your SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team. If I was a superhero and I had any power, I would choose the power to freeze time. If I had the power to freeze time, I would not only be able to accomplish more things, but I'd be able to help so many more others. Having the power to freeze time would allow me to help you as a state officer. My name is Madison Palmer, and I would love to be one of your state officers for the 2021-2022 school year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Palmer, for your answers. Next up, we have Jade Paz from Canyon Lake High School, District 10.
I believe that you should choose me as a SkillsUSA State Officer. Not only because I myself am motivated to pursue my own personal goals, but I love to push others to pursue their own as well. Some of my main principles in life are leadership, teamwork, analytical skills, and most of all, learning. I believe that I have so much to add on into this organization, not only with the skills I already have, but using the experience and my determination to earn more experience. Using the three main components of the SkillsUSA framework, technical skills, workplace skills, and of course, personal skills, I know no matter what, I will be ready to enter the world of work. Thank you.
Kinsey, you can go. Kinsey, you're muted.
Thank you, Ms. Paz. Are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Your first question is, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going, how would you proceed and why?
If I were working in a group project with all the officers team, then of course, the first thing I'd really worry about is the communication. I want to make sure everyone gets their views and their opinions together and collaborate on it and come up with a new plan that will work effectively.
Awesome. Jade, your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
The power that I would choose is to read minds, so I can know what everyone truly feels about a certain topic or a certain discussion. instead of just going along with what everyone else thinks or says.
Thank you for your answers. Our next candidate will be Ezekiel Garza from San Benito High School, District 13.
The wilderness must be explored. That's Russell, my favorite Pixar character. Hi, my name is Ezekiel Garza and I am one of your SkillsUSA Texas State Officer candidates for the 2021-2022 school year. It's true, through SkillsUSA Texas and Career and Technical Education, we can explore the different opportunities we are presented. SkillsUSA gives us an essential foundation to a variety of industries and lets us explore a diversity of subjects. While being involved in my audio and video production course and SkillsUSA skills competitions, we've learned that exploring and going beyond our capabilities will prepare us for the workforce. Exploration is a key component that gives us an edge in higher education and closing the gap for America's workforce. If elected to your SkillsUSA Texas officer team, we will work together with our fellow officers to come up with new ideas to recruit new members to this educational organization. We will implement the goals of the SkillsUSA framework to prepare us for our future and employability skills. The wilderness must be explored. Vote Ezekiel Garza for your SkillsUSA Texas State Officer team for 2021-2022. I'm ready.
Awesome. Mr. Garza, are you ready for your first question?
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
The way I would proceed is by having an educational and group where we can communicate. I feel like communication is key to SkillsUSA. Vote Ezekiel Garza for your next state officer team.
Cool. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
If I were a superhero and I could have any power, I would choose the ability to grasp onto information. I would grasp onto all the details that SkillsUSA has to offer. Vote Ezekiel Garza for your SkillsUSA State Officer team.
All right. Thanks so much, Ezekiel. The next candidate will be Emma Pope from Dubisky Career High School, District 6.
Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Helen Keller. During a time like no other, I believe it is extremely important to lift each other up. With strong leadership, a positive attitude, and teamwork, we can accomplish anything. Hi, my name is Emma Pope. I'm a health science sophomore at Dubisky Career High School. I want to be your 2021-2022 state officer because I believe that together we can succeed. As state officer, I will make your involvement in SkillsUSA my top priority. I truly believe that the best way to grow our organization is to connect and encourage all members. I will be open to hearing new ideas and want members to feel comfortable sharing their ideas. I will make sure your voices are heard and you feel represented, as well as empower you to become a world-class worker, leader, and responsible American citizen. I will remain dedicated to you and work hard to make your competition experience even more enjoyable. Through my leadership experiences inside my school, the support of a wonderful officer team, and guidance from fantastic advisors, I will create exciting experiences and new opportunities for everyone. So please, vote for me, Emma Pope, for your SkillsUSA Texas Officer Team. Thank you.
Great, Miss Pope, are you ready for your first question?
Yes, ma'am.
Emma, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Could you please repeat the question?
Of course. If you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Hi, my name is Emma Pope. I want to be your 2021-2022 state officer. If I were to encounter a problem with a project working with my state officer team, I would first of all share my ideas. I believe everyone should share their ideas because it's important to have input from everyone. Then I would talk out the problem with my fellow state officers and other members and advisors to get everyone's input and come to a conclusion we could all agree on. Thank you.
Cool. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
I'm Emma Pope. I want to be your 2021-2022 state officer. If I could be a superhero, I choose to be Elastigirl from The Incredibles. I try to be flexible and work with everybody. Especially during these crazy times, I will do my best to save the day in any situation I am given. As state officer, I will strive to help everyone I can and adapt to any situation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emma. The next candidate is Jesus Medina from Judge Barefoot Sanders Law Magnet, District 6.
BDUs, check. Handcuffs, check. Radio, check. Scrubs? Hi, my name is Jesus Medina, and I'm running to become your next state officer. Ever since I could remember, I always wanted to work in the medical field, specifically to be a registered nurse. So going into high school, I applied to the nearest health program I could find. Unfortunately, I was rejected twice, but that experience alone has taught me something important: to never give up. Thankfully, I got into the school where I am today, which, you guessed it, teaches criminal justice, and I've had the great opportunity to be a part of SkillsUSA, the organization that has helped me reach a milestone in my life: to be CPR certified. I know it might not sound like a lot, but finally learning something related to what I aspire to be was more than amazing. SkillsUSA has given so much to me already, and as your next state officer, I want to do the same. Although my career pathway is not what I intended it to be, it has still taught me some amazing skills. From communication with building search, teamwork with OCC, and adaptability and flexibility with CPR, I want to use these personal and workplace skills to help you succeed in your competitions and thrive in SkillsUSA. Not only that, but I want to be your lifeline and represent you to the best of my ability, no matter what your career pathway is. Okay, so now let's get serious. Everyone, grab your reds and your first aid kits and head out to the voting booths to vote for me, Jesus Medina, as your next state officer. Thank you.
Great, Mr. Medina. Are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Jesus, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
May you repeat the question?
Sure. If you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Hi, my name is Jesus Medina, and I'm running to become your next state officer. If I didn't like the way my project was going with my team, how I would proceed is to communicate with each one of them and tell him how I would like to complete the project. From there, we can combine our ideas so we can do this effectively and efficiently. As your next state officer, I want to work with my team to do just that. Thank you. My name is Jesus Medina, and I'm running to become your next state officer.
Great. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
Hi, My name's Jesus Medina, and I'm running to become your next state officer. If I had any superpower, I would want to have the power to heal others. I am an aspiring nurse, so being able to heal others is something that I've always dreamed of. As your next state officer, I want to help support you in your journey in Skills USA so you can thrive in this organization. Thank you. My name's Jesus Medina, and I'm running to become your next state officer.
Thanks so much, Jesus. The next candidate will be Hannah Benavides from San Benito High School, District 13.
As Dory from Finding Nemo once quoted, "Just keep swimming, swimming." Hello, I'm Hannah Benavides, one of your state officer candidates. We now find ourselves involved with the most successful student organization which motivates and trains students for America's workforce, Skills USA. We are now in a world in conflict, yet Skills USA is still swimming through the troubling waves of this pandemic. My intention is to lead Skills USA Texas throughout the 2021-2022 school year. Through the components of the Skills USA framework, our state officer team will prepare our local chapters for the constant changing technology that affects every trade area in the industry. If elected to your state officer team, we will work together to reinforce the vision of the state. Our goal is clear. We want to continue to make a statement. Skills USA Texas is the greatest state organization in the nation. We are ready for whatever waves are ahead. We are champions at work, empowered to succeed in 2022. So keep swimming, swimming, grab your scuba gear, and vote Hannah Benavides for your 2021-2022 Skills USA Texas State Officer Team.
Great, Ms. Benavides. Are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Hannah, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Hi, I am Hannah Benavides, and I am running for your state officer team. If me and my fellow teammates were trying to figure out what to do for a special project, I would hear everybody's opinions first and take the majority rules as an option. I think hearing everyone's opinions and feelings is definitely part of teamwork and something I learned being a district officer.
Awesome. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
If I was a superhero, I would have the power of healing. I've always tried to be as caring as I can and try to take others' opinions and feelings into consideration. And I think as being a part of a Skills USA officer team, you really have to work with others. And so healing would be something I would consider.
Thank you so much, Hannah. The next candidate will be Momin Abdulnabi from Debisky Career High School, District 6.
Hello, my name is Momin Abdulnabi, and I'm a candidate for Skills USA State Officer next year. Skills USA is an organization that not only teaches us how to be leaders and world-class workers, but also encourages us to be diligent and to improve in anything that we do. Skills USA is also a place where you get to meet people that share similar mindsets and similar goals to you. Once I learned the framework of Skills USA, it taught me what it is to be a true member of the organization and how to follow the rules and the principles that are in the organization. I believe I fit this role because the environment needed for the Skills USA State Officer team requires you to be collaborative and to have teamwork and to also have a little fun on the process too. And just to enjoy yourself while you do it, because not only will it teach you life skills, but it will also make you a better person. The Skills USA State Officer team is also the face of Skills USA, and I would be honored to fulfill that role. Thank you.
Great, Mr. Abdulnabi, are you ready for your first question?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, Momin, if you were an officer team and you were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, How would you proceed and why?
I would suggest my opinion, but also ask my other state officers for their opinion, because Skills USA is not only a place where it's only one person leading, it's a team. So it's teamwork and collaboration environment. So that would give us the right to give our opinions and share and make sure that everyone's opinion is included.
Awesome. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
I would say it would be the power of wisdom, because wisdom does not only give you the ability to understand everything, but also lets you comprehend everything and know how to work with people. And knowing how to work with people is very important, because to be social and to make people understand, and I would use that power in order to help people learn the true values of Skills USA and its principles.
Thank you so much for your answers, Momin.
No problem.
The next candidate will be Sarah Tygrove from Seminole High School, District 2.
This is a story all about how my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a second just sit right here and tell you all about how I became a part of your next state officer team. Like Will Smith in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he went through some changes that changed his life, and he was able to shape himself into a better person. And like this quote that author E.B. White said in his famous letter called Wind the Clock, hang on to your hat, hang on to your hope, and wind the clock, for tomorrow is another day. Will Smith used his hopes to build himself up for his dreams. Hi, I'm Sarah Tygrove, and I want to help the Skills USA members from all over the state to see the potential in their hopes and their desires and build them up for their future. I'm an automotive technology student, and I have been a part of Skills USA for 2 years now. I have come so far, and I have seen significant growth in myself. It has taken me places that I never thought I'd be able to go and given me many opportunities. I've been successful these past few years by being district officer, starting a chapter at our junior high school, and being district champion the past 2 years. I hope to continue my Skills USA journey by competing at state and nationals this year, and hopefully becoming state officer with your votes. Let your hopes, not your hurts, shape your future with Sarah Tygrove as a part of your next Texas State Officer team.
Great. Ms. Tygrove, are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Sarah, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, for sure. So if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
I would proceed by having an open mind to new ideas and helping me and my teammates come together and try to compromise on a new solution.
Cool. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
If I was a superhero, I would have the shape-shifting ability because I can help others and I can help myself, and I can bring new ideas in together to create new possibilities.
Thanks so much, Sarah. The next candidate will be Lila Wendell from Canyon Lake High School, District 10.
I would like to be a Skills USA state officer because I know that Skills USA can give me the experiences that not only the field will give me, but some experiences that have teamwork and partnership. Those two things are very important to me. I love to work in a group. I love to help people. I am known to be willing to help people, protect people, And I am also known to protect animals and maybe even a bug. But I am very protective, and I am a Christian girl who is willing to defend myself and my faith. Someone in my position would probably be scared. And I will be honest, I am a little scared for the experiences and the upcoming challenges. But I'm willing to take it head on, and I'm willing to defeat those challenges and move on. With the experiences that SkillsUSA can give me, I will be grateful. And I congratulate those who do make the state officers. If it's with me or if it's not. I thank my advisor because he has inspired me to do this. And I thank the people at my school who are also part of SkillsUSA because they have also inspired me to continue and keep going and push through. I may not know all of them very well, but I'm grateful for them all, especially the head two advisors.
Miss Wendell, are you ready for your first question?
Yes, ma'am.
Lila, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
I would want to communicate the problem and make sure that it has attention to the situation. If the situation is not addressed, it'll only get worse. As I have learned from many lessons that my advisor has taught, communication is key. So without the communication, nothing will happen.
All right, your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
Can you repeat the question?
If you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
I think I would want super speed because I would want to get things done faster and more efficiently.
Thanks so much, Lila. The next candidate will be Leslie Vasquez from Judge Barefoot Saunders Law Magnet.
Starting in 3, 2, 1. Shh. Have you ever heard of the game where there is an imposter and you have to work with your crewmates to figure out who it is? Yeah, Among Us. Well, today we're gonna play it, but SkillsUSA style. We are the crewmates and the skills gap is the imposter. Hi, I am Leslie Vasquez and I'm running to be your next state officer. When you first join the game, you decide what your outfit is going to be. Whether it be blue, red, or purple, you are gearing up and preparing yourself for the challenge. As your next state officer, I want to gear up with my reds and lead you to success. I assure you that I will prepare myself in order to fulfill my duties to the best of my abilities. As a team, we have to work together to defeat the skills gap so that we can become the future workers of America. Before we can achieve this, we must overcome the sabotages that the imposter throws at us. Using the framework as our map, we will find our dream job and be great employees. As crewmates, we have to finish our tasks. And as your next state officer, I want to help you with your tasks, whether it be cosmetology, carpentry, or culinary arts. We are so close to beating the imposter, but there is one more thing we have to do. Use the chat box. We must use our communication skills to figure out what color the imposter is. Look, we did it. Oh wait, I forgot. Emergency meeting. Hurry up. Let's eject the imposter. Now remember, I want to be on board with you and be your crewmate throughout this journey. So don't be suspicious and vote for Leslie Vasquez as your next state officer. Thank you.
Great, Ms. Vasquez. Are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
All right. Leslie, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going in, how would you proceed and why?
Hi, I am Leslie Vasquez, and I'm running to become your next state officer. If this situation was happening with my team, I would use my communication skills along with my comprehension skills. Being able to efficiently communicate with your team is essential, but being able to comprehend it is even more. Thank you. I am Leslie Vasquez, and I'm running to become your next state officer.
Good. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
Hi, I am Leslie Vasquez, and I'm running to become your next state officer. If I was a superhero, my power would be to be able to read people's minds. Sometimes people can be shy, some people are outgoing, and in SkillsUSA, there are different personalities like that. I want to be able to be the officer that you come to if you need help or if you need a little push. Thank you. I am Leslie Vasquez, and I'm running to become your next state officer.
Thanks so much, Leslie. Our final candidate will be Melanie Aguilar from Dubisky Career High School, District 6.
The Scream, the Mona Lisa, and the Starry Night. What do these all have in common? They all started as a blank canvas. Hi, I'm Melanie Aguilar, running to be your next SkillsUSA State Officer. One thing I like to say is every good piece starts off with a fresh, clean canvas. For me, every year I make it a habit to redecorate my room. I treat this as my canvas, starting fresh and adding layers that intertwine to create a final product. Now, what does this have to do with SkillsUSA, you may wonder? Let's take the emblems. For example, each emblem is a layer to a final piece of the organization, creating the complete canvas. Currently, this is my third year in SkillsUSA. I first got involved my freshman year and became an officer. The reason I became an officer was because I saw an opportunity to create a piece. I wanted to make valuable use of the creative valves waiting to be opened in front of me. This blank canvas felt as it was calling to me. During my years, SkillsUSA has helped me develop and improve my technical, workplace, and personal skills, thanks to the SkillsUSA framework. Learning the SkillsUSA framework has helped me prepare for my future and be successful in my upcoming careers. SkillsUSA has helped me improve my communication and leadership skills and become more outgoing. This is proven true as I look at my current officer team by my side and admire our current canvases together. Through this, I've also been able to notice the small details embedded within, expressing my confidence and individuality. I want to be your SkillsUSA State Officer. Let me share my room with you and allow my example, and allow me to lead you to the blank canvas that calls you. Let me guide you through skills to create a Mona Lisa or Starry Night. Vote me, Melanie Aguilar, to be your 2021-2022 SkillsUSA State Officer.
Great, Ms. Aguilar. Are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Melanie, if you and your officer team were working towards the completion of a big project, but you did not like the direction it was going, how would you proceed and why?
Hi, I'm Melanie Aguilar, and I want to be a part of your next SkillsUSA State Officer team. I would take this approach by calling a meeting, all of us together, and kind of communicate. Communication is absolute key in working in a team. I would sit down and discuss something if I didn't like it, or if anyone else had a problem with it, and see how we can collaborate and make something we are all proud of. Thank you.
Awesome. Your second question is, if you were a superhero, what power would you have and why?
I would have the ability to fly because I feel like I would be able to get places faster, and in need of helping someone, I want to be able to be the first person to reach out and help you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Melanie. That will conclude state officer candidate speeches and problematic questions. Thank you for all of our candidates.
They said our capes didn't show to enough class to be heroes. They said we were the butt of the joke because we didn't attend their Ivies. But they forgot to mention, debt is not the prereq to living the dream. You don't have to lean on a desk when you have the drive to design your own league. By design, these hands summon creativity. Technology and trade. Two converging paths, Mother Earth and Mother Board, shaping the terrain for the next generation. We are the rightful journeymen, the waymakers. When the banks crash and the stocks fall, we set the bearings straight. Scrape our knees on sunbeams, hold families together within the framework of our mind, turn businesses into our business. With the vision that keeps the lights on, we build a better world out of thin air. This is the what if for the future masters of trade. The electricians and bricklayers, solar power technicians, energy auditors, tiny home builders for the ones who don't care about the color of a collar. Craftsmanship is a calling. What if the naysayers were so worried about making it in society, they forgot to value the hands that make the society? What if you could live the life you've always dreamed right from where you are? Your career choice isn't a matter of right or wrong. It's a matter of knowing what you can do. There's work to be done. Are you ready?
First, we will have a Gather Town event Tuesday, April 13th at 5 p.m. Each candidate will have their own virtual booth for delegates to visit. Information on how to access the Gather Town will be posted on social media at SkillsUSA TX. Candidates will also be doing social media advertising throughout the upcoming week, so be sure to keep an eye out for any candidate Instagram accounts and post about their campaign. We will put their social media handles on this slide and we'll be posting a list in the chat. Make sure to keep an eye out for their awesome content, guys. Following the Gather Town and social media campaigning, we will move to the online voting on April 16th. Voting information will be emailed to all delegates on that day. If you do not get that email, please contact the state office via the email bart@skillsusatx.org. Voting will remain open for about 12 hours after initial opening. Madam Treasurer.
On behalf of the 2020 to 2021 state officers, we would like to thank each of you for your time as delegates and your dedication to SkillsUSA. It is because of you that we are able to make changes to improve our organization. As members of SkillsUSA, I encourage you to submit motions for the following year so it will continue to grow and adapt with changing times. As Albert Einstein once said, the world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. Madam President.
The announcement of the 2021-2022 SkillsUSA State Officers will be made during the SkillsUSA State Leadership and Skills Conference. 2021 Virtual Recognition Session on Friday, April 30th at 11 a.m. Finally, please take a moment to fill out our delegate survey at the URL listed on the slide and found in the chat area. Is there any new or unfinished business that should come before the meeting at this time? Since there is no further business to come before the meeting at this time, I now declare the delegate business meeting for 2021 adjourned.
SkillsUSA champions at SkillsUSA champions at SkillsUSA champions at work. Respected, connected, educated, motivated, dedicated, prepared, skilled. SkillsUSA champions, champions, champions.